Jaco Kirchner in that car. Well, we'll try and pick them up as they come through. Well, Nicholas van Tonder going to have a look around on the outside. Kosive is already making a bit of a move there. I think it's Della Ray that has spun it right around. Coming off the tail end of the field. Keep an eye on Nicholas van Tonder at the front end of the field. Keep an eye on Kosive is coming off the back end of the field in the 47 car. As soon as that back opens up, he'll be on the move. He's up on the inside of Jacques Kraus. Keep an eye on the Titan Tools car of Jaco Kirchner. He's got Van der Walt in there in the 4 car directly behind him. Baton's doing a pretty decent job. He stays in that second position with Jaco de la Rey, the man that spins on the apex of turn number 1 on lap number 1, finds himself in the front 5.
Right down the back, man, they go towards quarry corner. It is Jaco Kirchner that's setting up then P1 with Della Ray in that second position. Just seen that number 47, Mr. Top Gun himself, sitting there on the outside of Jaco Kirchner. Behind them is Ola Olwagen. Down the back, man, they go, followed there by Jacques Kraus, Christian Esterhuizen, and the 42 of Ruan van der Walt.
Baton in the 117, and Baton is not the easiest man to get past. Jared Baton, oh, he runs completely wide, does Jared Baton. I don't know if something went wrong, he just outbraked himself. But Jared Baton, maybe it's a commentator's curse, Frankie, because he was looking pretty solid up until that point. As a mentor, and he's got the right people working on that motor car. He's a brilliant little driver. He's slowly but surely pulling away from Jaco de la Rey. He's putting up a pretty decent pace himself, if you think.
Nou, na die geruite vlag toe, deur Quarry Drive vir die laaste keer. En dit gaan Nicholas van Tonder wees wat eerste kom. Jaco de la Rey gaan net in die tweede plek klaarmaak. Voor Kosive in die derde plek. Gevolg daar deur Jaco Kirchner. Agter hulle is dit Jared Baton wat deurkom. Johan Olwagen is reg daar by hom. Gevolg daar deur die 19 van Christian Esterhuizen.
So let's see what can Jared do coming off the tail end of the field. A big batch of cars that didn't make it out for the second race. Anybody that was marginal on temperature on a normal race event would definitely run into problems on a day like this. So the new kid on the block in that leading position, Frankie, I don't know who this man is. I know this is his second race meeting here. The car looks good, the way he drives it is good, and I tell you what, Olwagen going up against 3 of the best in South Africa, 1 alongside him and 2 directly behind him.
He did his first race here in December last year, the last race of the 2021 Club Championship, and did extremely well. And he's now lost that lead to Nicholas van Tonder. He's going to lose that second position to Mr. Top Gun himself, Mr. Kosive, as they head into turn number 1, out of turn number 1, van Tonder from Weyers.
They actually travelled together up to Richards Bay to go and take part in the Nationals. They ended 1 and 2 in the Nationals, and Kosive is actually one of the sponsors of Nicholas van Tonder as well. So the two of them have a fun session between the two of them as he just closes off on the balance of the pack, but the fight is on just behind that.
Die geruite vlag kom uit en dit is Kosive wat deurkom in die eerste plek. Nicholas van Tonder gaan in die tweede plek klaarmaak. Jaco de la Rey gaan deurkom aan hy derde plek, maar 4de, 5de, 6de en 7de is nog oop en is Johan Olwagen van Jaco Kirchner, Jacques Kraus en die 117 van Jared Baton. He's the man that's in pole position, and he's got Jacques Kraus there on his outside as the flag goes down. Then it's Johan Olwagen that is there in that third position, now challenging for second. But it's Reinier Meyer making his way down the back main with Olwagen in second, Kraus in third. Running around, Kraus on the outside, 3 abreast. That is Jaco de la Rey. Can de la Rey go from nowhere into the top 3? Yes, he can. He goes into third, he goes into second. De la Rey might even challenge for the lead coming out of turn number 2. Down the back main he goes, tucks it up on the inside there, and goes back to the outside of Reinier Meyer as they work their way out of turn number 2. And at the end of the second lap, boom, into the lead goes Jaco de la Rey.
Of course, he's also starting to run around the outside, and well, that Johan Olwagen, I said earlier on, there's no ways you can just arrive in motorsport and does what he do. Well, I found out that is the Johan Olwagen from PE side of the world. From
Nicholas van Tonder. Out of turn number 1 they go. Can de la Rey pull this one off? I don't quite know. Up on his inside. We will have a new leader, and it will be the 47 of Kosive.
Well, it didn't look like Nicholas was close enough
for a long time. Then Darren continued, and Jared stopped for a while. And this is a returning Jared Baton in a new motor car. So Jared must still get the feeling of that 117 car. And we know that he can drive pretty well, and you're not going to see him for the whole season at the back of the field, that's for sure. However, The man that we're going to see at the front end of the season, wherever he goes, is this man in the 47, Mr. Top Gun himself. Kwesi Veyers from Jaco de la Rey in second, Nicholas van Tonder in third, Reinier Meyer, the man that got driver of the day at the last event position, and he's leading that second group of cars out of turn number 1. Behind him is Jacques Grass, and look at Johan Olvaarten.
But don't forget about the man up front. The white flag will be taken away. The checkered flag will come out. It's Kwesi Veyers that will take the win. Very deserved win. Jaco de la Rey, a very good second position ahead there of slowing down Nicholas van Tonder. Then it is Reinier Meyer from Jaco Kirchner, then Jacques Kraus, and then Olvaarten, and then Buiten returning to oval track racing. Buiten in the 117, Kraus in the 111, and then Meyer coming off the tail end of the field. Kwesi Veyers should be able to get that whole shot, but Jaco de la Rey's right in there with them. Getting a bang on the right-hand back wheel is the Titan Tools car from Buiten. He just came across the front end of Buiten. Buiten was hard on the brakes but couldn't really get out of it at that stage. So now it's a case of what can Cookies do in the Ford Titan Tools car.
As they head down the back straight into Quarry Corner. Out of turn 2 they come now. It's Kwesi Veyers from Jaco de la Rey, from Nicholas van Tonder, from Jaco Kirchner. Then it is Jared Buiten from
on the grandstand so the lap scorers can see. Back to the racing. Kwesi Veyers that leads out. Nicholas van Tonder's up on the inside line. Yep, yeah, Nicholas van Tonder up on the inside of the 00 of de la Rey. That's first, second and third. Cookies will be a bit disappointed that he has not been able to mingle it with that second and third position. But he's good to go for just outside of the top 3.
Here comes Kwesi Veyers heading down into turn number 1. Veyers out
turn
there.
2 on the main circuit. Top Gun, Kwesi Veyers, 18 South African titles, will take it. And on the last, Jaco de la Rey having a run around the outside, but just too little, too late. Jaco de la Rey coming third behind the second place of Nicholas van Tonder. Titan Tools, PR Services, Cookies coming through. They just ahead of the 117 of Buiten Jr., the snap change of Meyer, and then Jacques Kraus bringing up the
in number 47. Put your hands together for multiple South African national main circuit drifting and oval champion, both on dirt and tar, Mr. Kwesi Veyers of Snap Change.
A total of 18 titles for that man, Kwesi Veyers. Thank you very much. He's done some brilliant racing through the years. The very first time that I commentated on half main was the very first time that Kwesi Veyers won a half main race. And Frankie said to me, this little guy with the orange cop down there in the pits, see if you can find him, bring him back here. And when I got Kwesi Veyers back, they said, now interview him. I said, interview? I can't even commentate. He says, man, interview. Well, that's where Kwesi started. That's where I started. Went to England together for the World Championship Hot Rods many years ago. And yeah, 18 SA titles later, here he comes around with the checkered flag.
I want to say a big thanks to Kwesi of Snap Change. He is sponsoring the live stream event that is brought to you by Promax Sound, Corneille, Ruan van Niekerk, the two van Niekerk brothers. And their whole live stream is being sponsored by that man, Mr. Kwesi Veyers of Snap Change. Not only a big thanks to Promax Sound, but a big thanks to Kwesi Veyers of Snap Change.